Hey everyone, back to another exciting episode of Aggro Productions. Today I bankrupted once again buying Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
And today, Jimmy has a profile for you. It's Gogeta, and he managed to get first place this past weekend.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see what happens. There's still a fourth round, you're right.
Yeah, totally.
With that being said, let's get into this. Oh yeah, buttons, stuff, links. They help you. All right. Oh, look at that card.
Yeah, shout out. Thank you to Matt. He really wanted to win a card, so I was going to buy this from him, but he said, give me the winner card, and I'll just give you this card for free. So this is my winner card today, so I am more than happy to take this.
Hang on. You said maybe. Did you win?
Yeah, I did win.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he technically won. He took the winner card, but I think I'm the real winner here because I got a fucking hentai girl on a card. I'm pretty sure she's
I know you're mad almost.
Almost on my Matt. She's definitely not of age.
Well, it depends on which form, right?
Yeah, totally, yeah. So I played Gogeta.
Look at that gold
out
leader.
To TCG medals. Absolutely beautiful. Friend of the channel, always supporting us, doing cool shit. I purchased this with my own money. This was not sent out, so I will support them with my own funds because they are that damn good. If you have a deck you like, get you a metal.
Not to be promote, but have you seen that Kiku one?
Dude, it's
that
so
Dragon Ball side looks amazing.
It's so fucking sick.
Right,
I might end up picking that up, especially with the new support coming out next set. It's a deck I've had my eye on. But it's Gogeta. I'm gonna go over the Gogeta stuff very quickly. You draw a lot. You play a lot of Gokus and Vegetas. Awaken fast. Backside, you draw a lot, play free cards. You Union Fusion, which in this variation of the deck that I played tonight, Union Fusion is kind of just a second thought. You're more playing on your commons and uncommons and being very aggressive. So this bottom text is not super important, except for just the auto of swinging, drawing, and playing a card. Quickly, we'll go over the Z deck. One Videl. I'm really debating if this card needed to be in the deck because I only have 3 Earthling targets in this particular build to pull her out, but she has come in clutch in so many games just because she's a 1-drop 15k that can blow up something with 15k power. So she's really clutch when she comes up in some matchups. It won me my last game against Bancroft. I was able to just pull her out. I was able to drop a super combo on. I didn't bottom deck anything because my last card was a secret rare. So I had a game either way, but it was nice to have that extra attack. Card that's definitely going to go up in the Z deck, SSB Vegeta. Card's broken. Combo twice, attack twice, neg something 30k, double strike, barrier, every good thing. Vegeta, it's just a staple in your Z deck. Nothing else to say about it. Probably going to cut one of these for another SSB Vegeta because you only really want to play this card once in a game, and as fast as you attack, you're never going to get the burn. But sometimes it is nice just to have a 20k double striker. So I will keep this at 1 and probably go to a 3rd Vegeta. And then the worst card in the entire deck, do not see Awaken. It's bad. Just do it if you're trying to style on your opponent and attack with 100,000. Die like a man, don't die like a bitch.
Real quick, I want to point out, I think it's that way because of the changes, though. Like, the big boy's not your important thing anymore.
Sort of, yeah. There are cases where you're going to play this card, but in almost every case, you're probably just going to die. You really have to gamble on whether or not this is the correct play, just because the cost outweighs the value of having 100k. So it will cheat you out a turn, basically. But then if you don't have the cards in hand to kill on that next turn, you're just in the same position after that.
Yes.
So if you have a big boy on field and you want to keep him and it will actually do you some good to keep him, play the card. If not, just pretend this card doesn't exist. You just run it because you can. I might pick up an acrylic one from TCG Metals. Shout out to the
which goes on top of that gold leader.
Yeah, it's really nice pairing. It's really dope.
It's not a sponsor, by the way. We just
not a sponsor. We just really like their stuff. Yeah. So shout out to Legends. This is a tech that I seen him run in his, I think, 10th place Gogeta build. So this just straight up replaces the Gogeta Unison. Say in Scions, it comes down, you attack with it for 10, minus at 1, play 2 skillesses from your deck. We play the Vegeta GT because this will satisfy your leader card's ability to awaken early. And plus you can combo it off because they're Saiyan in rest mode. You can combo it off, get your top 3 searches, and it will also be a target for your arrival Gokus, which we'll get into very soon. So I really like this package. It's very aggressive. You can pretty much put your opponent at 4 life on your first attacking turn. You want to go second with this deck so you can just start attacking when they are at 1 energy. Most of the time they're 1 energy tapped, so they don't have very many options other than to just take the barrage. You do put 4 extra cards in their hand, but with all of your cards swinging for 20k, double strike, and critical, not that big of a deal. If you want to play a more traditional version of the deck, you can just straight swap all these cards out here. You can swap out the Saiyan Scions or the Gogeta Unison, and then for the Vegetas, you can run a Omen of Awakening, which is a great counterplay now that Yamcha's dead, and then you can run Wolfang Fists. Again, very, very, very good cards. And also, there's another card you can swap out for your Yamcha Merciless Barrage at 1, which we'll get into later on. But this package is really, really nice for aggro plays early on. Going into the actual Gogeta package again, I'm going to go over it quick. Vegeta's draw cards, Goku's draw cards. These are just pot of greeds. They're really good. 2 of your searching for rivals. Just search out any Goku. Cards absolutely broken. Then your Digging Deeps. This card will probably get another copy in the sideboard, just because I kind of undervalued the Bean effect in red. With the amount of like negging that you have, you throw this paired with like a King Vegeta, and you basically just buff your leader by 10k. So this will definitely go up. Most likely I'll side 1 more.
I think that actually helped you a lot in our match.
Oh yeah, against like AOD where they're spamming 15ks, this card is just nutty. It is a limit 1, so you can't stack them, but it'd be nice to be able to see them more often and then have more of them for future turns. Your uncommons, these cards are your main aggro pieces. You want to be mulliganing for at least this one because you do play the Vegeta GT skillless off of your Saiyan Scion, so you will have the Vegeta in play. Pay 1, draw 1, double strike. When you combo it off, you can pay an additional energy to give your leader card double strike, and it becomes just a Champa. So, like I was saying, very, very aggressive turn 2 of swinging. If you have both your Vegetas, you can swing 1 Vegeta, swing the other Vegeta, combo this Vegeta off, arrive this dude, swing with this dude, swing with your leader, combo this off, tap 1, awaken, play a Vegeta. Now you have a 25k double strike leader, and you already swung with this, and it's just so many attacks for, you know, very little energy. You do tap yourself out, but who cares? Your Vegeta counterpart, it's just the same card but with critical, and you neg a card instead of drawing. And then your 8-drop Gogetas. Again, this is kind of a second thought in this deck because most of the time when you get to turn 4, you can kill with just a single double strike. And since you can't combo on this guy, you can't guarantee that that damage is going through. It is nice to have a interactable target. If your opponent has like a wide field, like my game with Jake, he had a wide field, so playing this was the play just to attack everything down and get rid of it. And then it saved me an attack, or saved me a damage with the blocker. So it is still worth running. Cards still completely busted, just not as important as it once was. It is still very important if you want to run the other build with the other Unison, because you're playing more of a tempo game with this setup. For Negate package, After Image, now that Violent is gone, pretty much that's... I still run them in the sideboard just for the Vegito matchup because they are swinging with a bunch of 30ks, but not a lot of decks are swinging with 30s. So After Image is something I've been testing and been liking quite a bit. King Vegetas, this needs to go up. I just been lazy and don't want to hunt out my other ones. Or my other SPRs, because I want to keep the main deck kind of foiled out. Somebody send me some fucking foils of these because I cannot find them, and I refuse to buy them. But King Vegeta card's busted. Paired with your Digging Deep Goku, it's basically a negative 10k every time your opponent swings, or just plus 10k, either way you want to look at it. One, is that all you got? Come up, irrelevant in some matchups, just as just a hard negate. I very rarely played it for the neg 2 cards 15, but it is a very powerful effect. To testing the op, I will probably go up on this just because it's a dual negate. So again, this negate package is not set in stone. I've just been kind of testing different things out. For some of our off support cards, one Goten card's good. 1 energy, draw 1, double striker, can deck something 20k and become a 20k attacker. It's kind of your Arrival Goku with more steps. But it is nice just to throw out, and it's nice to have. And it is a Earthling that will support your Videl. The only other Earthling, again, like I was saying, the Videl is a really good card. It's really clutch, but you do have to have an Earthling in your Z energy to get its effect. And when you had Yamcha at a 4 of, it wasn't a big deal because you will always have a Yamcha that you can just throw in there real quick. But now it's a little bit more difficult. You can cut these because you don't have a way to play them for free because you cut the Gogeta Unison, but I just kept these just to satisfy the Videl. So again, if you don't want to play Videl, you just want to swap out that with the SSB Vegeta, you can run anything in this slot that you'd like. 2 crown with the crown errata. It's one of the main reasons that I think some Gogeta players are moving off of the Gogeta Unison, because one of the strongest plays was just playing Broly Crown off of that for free, which just absolutely busted. It had to get an errata in some way. It's still a good enough card to run, so keep them in your deck because they are huge. One Gogeta, that's just a good card. I do sideboard another one. I did mainboard 2 originally. I found that when I got this card in my hand, I just made it my turn 3 play, whether it was bad or good. So I just cut one so I would stop letting the intrusive thoughts happen. It's really good. Super combos, self-explanatory. I see some people running the DBS. I do agree with that. I think the DBS is good, especially with this particular build of the deck, because you can really throw some big double strikers out early. So being able to have a super combo live is pretty decent. But with the amount of blue and defensive decks that my locals has, I just go with this one because it's searchable, and I can just play a big bomb later on by dropping like 4 super combos on it. So I run Raditz. Beerus is another option. Man on a Mission, that double strike crit, pretty good. So this is the card that you can just swap out with your Merciless Barrage if you are doing the regular Unison build and not the Scions Unison build. I just threw this in here because Yamcha is just a dead card if you don't have the red Unison in play. Field Wipe, next something with Ignoring Barrier, pretty good. King Piccolo, 5 seconds eradication. This card has put in so much work for me. Card is completely busted. I think for 4 energy, a lot of people kind of sway off of it just because it's 4 energy investment in red, which is a historically very cheap color in terms of energy to play. But it's a deflect, double strike, barrier. It's coming out. Don't worry about that. You cannot activate blocker against it. A lot of blocker decks right now. Auto when it attacks, you add a marker to your Unison. Not relevant in this build. It is more relevant in the Gogeta build. A lot of players will like to put your Gogeta Unison down to like 4 because they don't want you doing the -4 on them. But this is a sneaky way if they keep putting you at 4 just to go to 5 and then get them with a surprise double strike. And then if your opponent decides to negate this attack, you can add a card from your life to your hand and then deal a damage to your opponent. So if you get your opponent down to 1 life, they just have to deal with this card. And they have to do it by raw combo. So you draw a lot with this deck. You're probably going to have a bigger hand than your opponent. If you get your opponent to 1 life, this might as well just be take a damage. Card's really good. I highly suggest trying it out. It's a little bit awkward in some games, but I absolutely love this card. And then Secret Rare. There's just no better Secret Rare for this deck. Quad Strike, Deflect, give your leader card 10k, get to look at your opponent's hand. Does too much, all for free. Card's completely busted, just run this card. I'll go over the side deck very quickly. The Yamcha is in my side deck, but the Goku will go to the side deck if you're playing the other version. I just threw it in here because I forgot to take it out of the deck earlier. 2 of your King Vegeta. This card, I considered putting this into the main board just because of the amount of 1-drop counters that is running around right now, especially like in yellow. Blue is sparking a lot of D-Magics. Green, when it shows up, is going to have Dormant. So I have considered mainboarding this. The only color that really isn't activating 1-drops for free is black, but black is not relevant.
Next set, it's not at all.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
There's only 5 black cards.
Exactly, yeah, with that really good black leader.
I mean, yeah, that promo leader's a yeah.
The other Gogeta, there's some matchups where this is relevant, but I might just move it back to the main board because I love this card. 2 Golemites. This is a tech for the Sin Shinron matchup. When you combo with it, you can blow up a 30k or more. So when they drop their big Sin on you on your turn, you can just combo with this, blow it up, and then if you're on your front side, you get a top 3 search. So really good value. Has been relevant. A lot of Sin players will want to set on their 8-drop and use the defensive activate battle. But if you just swing with your lead, use this before they get a chance to, it can really put them in a bad position because they don't expect you to be able to remove it for 0 energy. For the mirror match and also for the Gogeta match, Shin, just stop your high cost cards from attacking. Mecha Bora to just stop them from coming in. There is the other Goku, so you would run 2 Gokus in this sense. 1 Dark Broly if there's some matchups where I just need to get rid of a card, and then Violent Rays because it's still worth running. You have to respect the Vegito matchup. If you let it go, it will just absolutely run wild with you. So being able to say, hey, your Vegetos just can't attack is really nice. Kind of disappointed that Violent Ray got hit this hard, but I think it was necessary. But now I can buy the pretty ones because they're going to be cheap as fuck.
For sure. And maybe it should have been 25, but hey, who knows? That being said, no, yeah, sure. I'm the prison player and I got no good gates anymore.
Good.
Once again, thank you for all tuning in. Jimmy, thanks for the yada yada. Thanks for beating me by 5K. Love having a secret in your hand. Guys, there's buttons. Hit them. They're there for a reason. Read your cards. Know your place. Fluff out.